What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique, aka Unique Mazique, and it is my pleasure to once again speak to Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, former WBC heavyweight champion. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing well in yourself.
I'm doing great, bros. I'm doing absolutely great. And I know that you're working with On Location, as I believe it's you, Andy
Yeah.
Ruiz, you guys partnered. And so you're kind of being a part of that Canelo Crawford experience. Tell me a little bit about that partnership and how it's flowing.
Man, is I tell you, it's going to be a hell of a show for everyone. Definitely, you got on location, and it's the official experience provided for the Canelo and Crawford. You know, on location is the best way to experience it all, man, because they get you closer than ever to action inside and outside the ring. You know, so I'm looking forward to that experience myself. And this Crawford and Canelo fight, man, in Vegas is going to be a major spectacle, bro. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'll be in the building. We're working with on site. I mean, I'm working with on location, meeting and hanging out with guests as well. So y'all guys come on out and get the best experience, and that's on location, baby.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I had read that you were going to be doing, you were going to be doing some meet and greets, you and Andy, and so I think that's going to be dope. It's going to be great for fans to get an opportunity to see basically two former heavyweight champions. So I got to ask you. Obviously, this is about Canelo Crawford, and I've
Yeah,
asked pretty much every elite fighter that I've talked to what their take is, because this is like a once in a generate. Like honestly. It's you when your fights with Fury, um, you know this fight. There's certain fights, Pacquiao, Mayweather, those types of fights when people of that level of status fight each other is great for the sport, regardless.
right.
So,
What's that?
what's your take on this fight? Who do you think is going to win?
I mean, I think this is a fight that is long overdue in my eyes. You know, both of these guys have held their own weight in their own division, you know, for a very long time. And in boxing, you get to a point where you want to see the best fight the best, no matter regardless. And these guys are blessed to be able to change weight up and down. You know, I wish I could travel up and down like that, but you know, being in the weight that I'm in is just too unhealthy for
Yeah,
me to be losing weight, gaining, losing, and gaining. So, you know, but it's blessed for them to be able to do that, you know, um, and be able to go to different classes and gain different titles. You know, that's amazing. And so with this fight, with that being said, this fight is going to be spectacular, man, because now you got two of the best in their weight division colliding together, you know, to meet at a weight and meet in the ring one night, one fight, you know, and give boxing fans, you know, some a true treat. You know, this is a true treat for the boxing fan, and we always want to, as boxing fans, we always want to be the one that, you know, winning at the end of the night, you know. And I think this is what they're gonna get. They're gonna get a great experience with on location and all that participate. So going to go get your tickets right now. You know, check out on location website for the remaining VIP tickets and the pack before they all sell out. Y'all go get them things and let's experience a great experience with this Canelo and Crawford fight.
I wanted to ask you. I'm gonna let you know I'm writing a story about this call out that Francis Ngannou is giving to you, and I'm just giving you basically a preview of what it's about. How I feel like this is just such a dope fight overall to have, for both guys. First and foremost, as human beings, there's a bag awaiting. So, so that's always a great thing, right? So,
Right.
especially at this point in y'all's careers, you know, people can say what they want, but you got to get that money. You got to get paid. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's all of this, the whole escalation thing that's over with. I mean, it's not over with. You still going higher, but I need to get paid. And
Right.
that fight is a bag.
Yeah, man.
On top of the fact that people are going to be interested. So, what's your thoughts? How realistic is that? I know you saw that he said it's time, he tagged you and all of that. What's your thoughts?
I just, you know, I've always been the same, and I just love being in my peace, because I'm not too active with social media and stuff. I get on there every once in a while. I check some things out. I make posts here and there, and so I really don't know what be going on at times unless someone sends it to me. I be so in my peace and trying to figure out other things and stuff. But I just was sent what he sent out,
Hmm.
yesterday. So I will be responding back to it for sure. And I think it's a hell of a fight. It's finally, like you said, it's time, and I feel the same way. Let's make it happen. He done made his approach into the boxing ring, and he's still pursuing great fights and still trying to carry on and do it. And I applaud him for that. My hat go off to him as well. Entering in this ring and doing what we do best, and that's to try to get guys out of there
Yeah,
12 round or less.
yeah.
So I think that'll be a great fight. Shit, man, we can even go further and go back to the homeland, baby. Let's
Oh my
go
God,
to the
dude.
homeland. You
If
know what
y'all
I'm
did that in Africa,
saying?
bro,
Yeah. Woo!
that
Ric
would
Flair.
be bananas.
Damn.
Rumble in the jungle too.
Come on, man. Oh my goodness.
That
Could you
would be
imagine that?
that would be crazy. Crazy.
Kroon Nigerians fight each other.
Man,
Kroon
that would
versus
be
Nigeria.
that would no, he from Cameroon, but yeah,
Oh,
still in
Cameroon. Cameroon. Okay,
Africa.
okay. Cameroon.
It'll be
My,
awesome, man. It'll be
my,
have you ever
my
met him?
bad.
Have you ever met him?
I have. I
Okay.
have. I have.
Okay.
He's a pretty cool guy. I mean, we had a brief passing at one
hmm
point in time in the gym and stuff. I was in working out, and he was leaving the gym from working out. So we had a briefing. That was about it.
Did you
What's
could you help
understood
for
don't have to be explained.
could you help for like kind of I know sometimes fighters like size each other up if they anywhere in the weight region, you be like, I wanted to cut that. Is it gonna get there? Is that
Ah!
is it gonna get
Hey,
there if I
I ain't gonna
throw it, is
even
it gonna
lie.
get
I ain't
there?
gonna even lie. Hey, for real. Hey, fighters always sizing each other up. I ain't gonna even lie. I was sizing his ass up for sure.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
he was
yeah,
probably sizing me up. That's just
for
how
sure.
shit goes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. For
Like,
sure.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes,
It's
yes,
just that's
sir.
how it is at times. But until we meet in that ring, my friend,
Yes,
I
sir.
see you again until we meet in the ring. So I feel like it's about that time as well, man. I feel I'm so much better now. My body is 100% healed from the injury showed I mean from yeah shoulder injury,
Hmm.
and I've been feeling amazing. Been feeling great. Everything is working out for me mentally, physically, emotionally. It's been a long ride. It's
Yeah,
took me a long time to get here. And
yeah,
I share about my experiences with a lot of things in my life because I'm not afraid to, and I'm not
right,
ashamed as well because I know who I am. You know what
right,
I mean?
right,
I'm
right.
living in my truth in my life, and truly, some people just say it just because it sounds good, but you really know it because it's a feeling that you feel, and it is all on you, and it's
Yeah,
all in you at the
yeah.
same time.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna
Ooh.
tell you, Deontay, it's all over you right now, bro. I could look at you, tell you you at a place of peace right now.
Come on, come on. You don't see darkness no more. It used to be darkness when you can only see my teeth. Right now, you can see everything. Come on.
For sure, for sure. I hear you. Now I gotta ask you about the Herndon fight, right? So the Herndon fight, first time back in a while. If you gave yourself a grade based on what you know you're capable of, you know what I'm saying? Because you
Yeah,
you know yourself better than anybody else does. What would you say what
right.
your grade would be?
The grade would be I'd probably give myself a B minus.
Okay. Okay.
B
Yep.
minus.
Okay.
We coming together though, but that fight right there gave me showed me a lot of things that I was missing, and what was going on with me in the ring.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't understand. When you deal with, as fighters, first off, we deal with a lot of things, not only just inside of the ring, but there's a lot of things that goes on the outside
For
of the
sure.
ring too. Especially
Hmm.
when you're a person, that people look to as value or a monetary gain out here. It's been a lot
Hmm.
of trending situations where
Mm-hmm.
people have been, praying or others, because they don't want to work as hard as the other ones, but so they're going to try to see how we can take it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been, and I had a lot of betrayal for the last past 4 or 5 years as well. And
Mm-hmm.
anybody know about betrayal, it's 10 times worse than a heartbreak,
Mm-hmm.
and it just make you change up your whole mindset, your psychological way of thinking about certain things, and even question the people that's around you that you've known for years. You know what I mean?
Right,
You
right.
put everybody on motherfucking trial right
Yeah.
now. You gotta analyze this shit because something ain't right.
Right.
Something's been in the cracks, and I gotta seal it up.
Yeah,
You be
yeah,
using
yeah.
that
No,
Flex
I
Seal.
hear you.
You use Flex Seal.
Huh?
You use
Yeah.
Flex Seal.
Do I?
Okay, it works.
You crazy. Definitely hear you, man. I understand. I got you. I had to ask you about that though, for sure.
Yes,
And,
sir. I
and,
appreciate that.
I love to see fighters get, prosper. I love to see it, man.
Yeah.
Like, I realize this, all this time, man, I done climbed in the ring, done messed around a little bit, but haven't done what you've done. And I
Mm,
appreciate the warriors. I appreciate the people. Like
man.
I've been writing about this sport for almost 20 years. I've been watching it for over 40. So I appreciate everybody that climb in that ring, no matter what level they are. So when it gets to the point where
Yes, sir.
just getting bags, to me, that's clap up time. Like Nori on Drink Champs. It's,
Mm.
it's time to start clapping because
Yes, sir.
that's what it's that time. So I'm forgive me for jumping ahead. But think about this for a second. And
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know, you might have already thought about it. You do the fight with Ngannou, you get that bag. Now,
Yeah.
assuming you win, which I think you people would say you would be the favorite.
Speak believe
Assuming you
receive.
win, I got a name for you.
Come on.
Jake Paul. You
No,
already know the bag that come with that fella.
right, most of.
How would you feel about that? Does that feel like a logical progression for you, or have you ever thought about that?
I mean, I've thought a many times. I hear, like I said, people send me things, and things are lingering around,
Hmm.
about talks of that and stuff. And nothing has gotten to me on our office,
Hmm.
on our desk in our office. No, nothing have been, presented to us. Is
Hmm.
what I'm trying to say. And so, at the moment, it's not real about,
Mm.
you know, potentially thinking or whatever. But if it came my way, of course, I'm 100% taking it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
They've been, he been doing this thing in the business, although it's not the traditional way, it's
Right.
not the logic way of how a fighter come up and how he gains stardom and
Hmm.
fame and fortune. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a more brutal road than that.
It
You
is. Yeah,
understand
he
me?
skipped some
Some of
steps.
these guys, some of these guys never ever in a lifetime see $50,000, let
Hmm.
alone 100,000 or a
Hmm.
million or two.
Hmm.
Like it just don't go like that. That module of how it is, it's not like that. But it's the wave of what the young people look into or what they like. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, people try to go off for the vote of popularity.
Hmm.
What's going on? What's popular? What
Hmm.
can make that money?
Yeah.
The money make the world go round.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to make that dollar. No matter who
Hmm.
you are, what type of skill you got, and if you can generate a crowd that the crowd generates asses in the seats with the
Yeah.
asses in the seat could equals out to chick ching, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
generates money. So
Yeah.
all of it is a cycle that is used. So here it is, and you got a guy that's been doing good with generating monies and putting asses in the seat. Although he selective and how he fights and do things or who he fights, I would say.
Hmm.
Many people will ask me about what I think about it, if it's good for boxing or bad, and I can only speak the truth. And as looking at it, like I said, it's not the traditional module of how a fighter comes up in this world. at
Hmm.
all. You know what I mean? And I can see why some fighters get very upset and angry when they see, certain activities in the ring that is performed. But I also can see on the other side of things, being a very successful fighter of myself, it's
Hmm.
like it does bring acknowledgement and attention to boxing. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And it give people something to see. People love fights. Don't matter, they
Yeah.
don't give a damn who you fight. If you see a fight outside right now, everybody gathering around. They don't care what record you got. They don't care who you is. You don't care you got one leg. They want to see it. What going? You know what I mean? And that's just the thing about the art of fighting, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see a good fight,
Yeah, for
no
sure,
matter
man.
what.
And
You know what I
I
mean?
feel like
And that's what
honestly,
it is.
yeah, I feel like honestly, you just gave the narrative. Like, I'm gonna punish you because you skip steps.
Mm, mm,
Yeah, that's the narrative for
show you
y'all
how it
fight.
really is.
That's the narrative for y'all
And
fight.
that's how and you know what? And that's how I exactly would approach it. And
Yeah,
let you get you it would be a big reality check.
yeah,
That's would be the
yeah,
title of the show, reality check. At least for
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Give
yeah.
you a real experience. I mean, we talking about on location, giving one of the best experience ever out there.
Wrap it in there. Wrap it in there. Wrap it all
Come
in
on
there.
with it. Come on with it. Now we're going to get them our own location experience with this too. 3D style
I love it,
with
man.
birds,
I love it. I love it.
with birds flying around when they get knocked out with the stars.
I love it, man.
Talking shit already.
I got one last question for him, man. Let me let this last one go. I want to ask you this. You fought a lot of great fighters in your career. Lot of good fighters in your career,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Who's the best fighter you ever fought?
Oh, the best. The best fight I ever fought. And when I select certain things, it's just like with knockouts or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm asked the question, I
Mm-hmm.
go deep inside of my feelings of my heart and my intuition of my I call my spirit, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use my mind through emotions of what has happened or what's going on in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I make sure I have selected and chose the right selection.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, at least at the moment in time, as time goes on, we change about things. That's just how
Mm-hmm.
things are. But at
Mm-hmm.
the moment of being asked that, the best fighter I have fought was he go by the name of King Kong, Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because of the mathematics that was going on in my head,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that I'm fighting him, one of the best Cuban southpaw in the business. Guys was running away from him. They lied to him to be able to push him aside so he wouldn't get a title shot in his
Mm-hmm.
career. Many guys ducked him and they used the excuse of age. When we
Mm-hmm.
know age ain't nothing but a number.
Mm-hmm.
Age ain't nothing but something that controls us of what we can or can't do in life.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me?
Yeah.
You can't go here, you're not old enough.
Yeah.
You can't go to that, you know what I'm saying? You got to be 21. You got
Yeah.
understand me? Age is only a blockage from certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go off of how we felt in life, then how would you feel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of us will be young and feel old as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel
And
you.
then some will be so old that I feel young, I feel refreshed, I feel good. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how it should be,
Yes, sir.
you
Yes,
know.
sir.
So, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got carried away then. I forgot what I was talking about,
And no,
man. Sometimes I
you
get
answered
carried
it.
away
I asked you.
sometimes.
I asked you who you said Luis Ortiz. I hear you. I
Oh,
feel you.
oh yeah,
Luis,
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that fight.
Shit.
It was one of my to me one of the most impressive performances I felt that you had because it was
Yeah.
one of those. It was one of the only fights where I saw you at some point in time have to make an adjustment, and that's for me
Exactly.
consuming fights for
Oh man.
as long as I have. A lot of dudes plan A is tough. But you find a true measure of a fighter when you see them in there with an opponent that forces them to go to plan B.
Right,
And
most definitely.
when you can adjust, that to me, those are your best performances. And I saw you have to adjust. I think you got tired, felt like around maybe seventh, eighth round, got tired, had to get a second win. At least that's what it looked like to me. And
Yeah.
then second win came and he got tired and he didn't recover from getting tired. He got knocked out.
Right.
So,
Right. And
that
another
was a
and another
great
thing
fight.
that I say that fight that And another reason I say that fight to close it up is not only because of what happened on the inside of the ring, but the magnificent things and wonderful things that was able to be performed outside of the ring.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I made Luis Ortiz a millionaire.
That's
You know, he
beautiful.
was able to support his family.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
him and I share a similar situation, different but similar,
But the
because
daughter
of
did.
within our daughters. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I felt so good being able to help that man.
Mm-hmm.
I felt
Yeah.
so good, man. It's just no matter how much danger, and this is what it's all about. You know, putting your putting everything on the line, whether it's titles, records, or whatever, and being able to help each other out. You know, that's what
Yeah.
I'm all about, giving the opportunities when
Yeah.
I never get them. You know,
Yes,
no
sir.
one ever gave me a great opportunity.